It's exam time for primary school students in South Sudan. Here at St. Joseph's Church School, children are being tested to see if they'll be able to advance onto secondary level for the next academic year. And although the school's facilities are basic, computers and calculators are nowhere to be seen, and there isn't even a drinking fountain for the kids, these are South Sudan's more fortunate students. Because only a short distance away, 26-year-old Quates Mawaka and his friends are sitting the same exam. Not at a school, but at a UN camp housing some of the thousands who fled the fighting that's been ravaging parts of the country. Crammed into what was once a function room for United Nations peacekeeping troops, students here are doing their tests after spending over a month in the most dire conditions. Living in flimsy tents under the scorching heat, poor sanitation, hardly any toilets, little food and no electricity, the kids' willingness to sit these exams is an achievement in its own right. Many of these students should be preparing to go to college or university, but years of war has meant that they've missed out on school and are only now sitting their primary school exams. They're already years behind on their education, but they're adamant not to let war and conflict delay them anymore.
We know that children, they are involved in conflict situations, and for UNICEF this is not acceptable. So we spent quite some time with the authorities lobbying and ensuring that these practices do not continue.
What's even more fascinating about Quate's story is that his father, 48-year-old Michael, was taking the same exam alongside him. He tells me he's lived most of his life through armed conflicts, and that's why he was so happy when South Sudan gained independence 2 years ago, because he thought peace would prevail, allowing him to finally get an education. Among a population that's more than 70% illiterate, there are many cases like Michael, parents and grandparents who never got a chance to go to school. It's something the government says it's trying to change.
After the long war, which just ended, we are supposed now to be given an opportunity, learning opportunity for not only our children, but even our citizens, because we have a very comprehensive education system which should not only benefit children, but even our other citizens, no matter how old they are.
Back at the UN camp, the students find relative joy in that they've completed their final exam.
I want to be a doctor.
Some tell us they wish to be doctors to help treat those wounded by war. Others say they want to be teachers to ensure that South Sudan's coming generations are educated from the very start.
I will fight with people through education.
But there are also those who wish to one day become journalists and sign off